Alright, what's going on everybody, it's Liam here and welcome to today's video on the channel. In today's video, I have a commentary for y'all and I want to talk about this recent new pack that has come to Wiz. Now, this pack, if you don't know, is actually not fully out just yet. It is in the loyalty store, so you cannot spend crowns or money to get it right now. The only way, shape, or form you can obtain it is if you're, a member for a while. You have these tokens, and you can obviously buy 3 per reset right here. Now you're probably like, okay, Liam, this is pretty standard. They've done this before. What's the big deal here? Okay. Now, the big deal here is actually this gear template is identical to the Era or Eternal gear from Novus. Basically, what I'm saying here is it's the exact same stats, but the problem is, as you'll see here, the robe you get from this pack is actually it's better than the stuff you've spent hours, days, weeks, months to farm for with your gear, right? A good example here, I have the Eternal Cape, and I got the Eternal Robe from the pack as well. If we compare these two real quick here, do you guys want to tell me which one is better? Do you? Now, you might be like, oh, well, there's subtle differences. Doesn't really matter. And yeah, I mean, I can kind of see that. However, my issue with this is the amount of time and the amount of suffering players have put already into Novus itself is, that's a lot. That's a lot of time. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of time. So the fact that people can just, like pay to win or pay to save time now after all this grind, I feel like it's just really, really crappy. We saw this last year as well with the Lemuria pack. The Lemuria pack actually did match the Merciless gear though, so not really a lot of players complained about that one. Maybe aside from, the people who put in already a bunch of time, to get all their gear, and then they come out later with the pack, and then people are going to buy the pack and save the time and not have to go through the misery that they went through when they were farming the gear. That's a whole different controversy itself. But yeah, man, I'm not sure that, having these world packs is completely healthy for the game. I mean, part of me doesn't mind it. As a business, you do need to make money. If you are making identical gear, it's not really hurting anybody. Mr. Timmy 207 might not have the time to grind his life away with the Novus farming, right? For me, for example, I have 7 max characters, I am just now actually finishing up all my raid and Eternal and Aeon gear for all 7 characters. I think I'm a little bit over a month in right now. I could be wrong, but it took me an entire month of grinding all day, like every day practically, to get all my characters done. I do have a couple more things to go, a couple more, quality of life things, like, the deck, the Nullity Robe for every single character. I'm missing like 2, so on and so forth. Maybe, some void stuff for a life healing build. But I have all the essentials basically, and it took me a whole month of my life grinding every day just to get that. Now, I want to bring up a couple of things that has happened because I've seen other creators make videos on this, and I kind of wanted my video to be a bit different. Now, there's 2 things. I mean, there's 3, I guess you could say. One, the devs confirmed that the new gear is supposed to be the exact same as the gear from Eternal, right? So, first things first, why would they ship it to the game if it's not complete? Why would you put this out when it's not complete? Now, to be fair, some players might be like, oh, well, you can't, spend crowns to get it. It's just in the loyalty store. It's not that big of a deal. And, that's a fair point. I understand your point there. But I just feel like, if something's not ready, you just shouldn't put it out in the game that soon. So yeah, basically the devs said it was a bug, essentially, quotation marks around a bug, that it has extra stats. And with this tweet, actually, I'll throw it up on screen. they tweeted saying that they'll have a gear change coming to all the PvP level brackets. So, you know, like 50, 60, 100, 150, 160. So I'm hoping that's gonna fix this gear that is just blatantly better than the, you know, Eternal gear itself. And I'm also kind of hoping that they, you know, audit some of the gear. Ever since the gear audit happened in Lemuria, a lot of players just do not like it. They would rather have it be reverted. So I really hope KingsIsle, you know, listens and, you know, makes the gear better and listens to the community feedback of defensive schools have too much good stats and offensive schools have dog water stats. Also in this tweet, you'll see they're introducing a pity system, and they're gonna try to make the novice grind a little bit easier on players, which, I mean, I can appreciate that, you know, for the casual player who may not have all their gear right now, or they're just starting, or they're questing up a wizard at the moment. I can appreciate it, but, you know, like I said, for me, I pretty much have everything already. I've, you know, already kind of fought the war. I'm kind of done with it, so it's kind of like too little too late, unfortunately, for, you know, somebody like me. But I can be happy for, which is, I would probably say, the majority of the player base that this will affect. It'll be a lot easier on them. Now, we do not know exactly what this is going to look like. I'll probably make a video covering it here on the channel. They talk about the drop rates, and what I'm really hoping for is there's multiple drops per fight now, and you at least get a pixel every run. I feel like that's the bare minimum, and that's kind of what I am hoping for personally as a player. But yeah, man, you know, I don't really mind KingsIsle monetizing the packs personally. You know, they are a business. They have to make money at the end of the day, obviously. But I feel like, you know, there's definitely players out there that feel like it's really scummy. Especially when the pack doesn't come out at the launch of Novus, you know. I think if they timed the pack at the launch of Novus, I think a lot of players wouldn't mind it because, you know, if you launch Novus and you can just, you know, buy the gear and save yourself time, I think that's fine. I think it's kind of crappy, however, when you already milk your players of all that playtime and then you throw this pack when they don't need it anymore. I think that's kind of scummy in my opinion, but let me know what you guys think about that in the comments below. And yeah, I think that's pretty much all the news. Again, the pack gear will be identical to the Eternal gear after they get that, you know, fix and update in, so don't worry about that. But I just feel like that shouldn't have happened in the first place, you know, man. I really think something at KingsIsle needs to change with that, because I feel like these updates are just getting too, I don't know if inconsistent is the right word, but unreliable almost, in a way. I'm not really sure what the right word would be there. But yeah, man, the Eternal gear will be back to normal in the pack. I really hope the updates get better on KingsIsle's end, and I'm really looking forward to see what the new drop rates are like and the new pixel, you know, method might be. Because obviously we all know it needs some work in Novice, obviously. But I hope you guys did enjoy the video. Be sure to leave a like, rating, and subscribe if you haven't already. I do post every single day, practically, if not every other day. I'm trying to reach 5K for 2023, so I'd really appreciate it. But yeah, without further ado, I'm gonna head out, probably play some Overwatch or something like that. And thank you for being here, and as always, take care, guys.